Anybody who has done any saltwater diving in Florida has likely encountered our beautiful invader, the lionfish. These venomous predators are native to the Indian and Pacific Oceans, but because of their beauty, they've been exported around the world as aquarium fish. As so often happens with aquarium fish, they have been released back into the wild and can now be found in tropical waters around the world. With no local predators and a voracious appetite, these rapidly multiplying newcomers are beginning to threaten the fish populations in our waters. The good news is they may be small, but they're tasty. So now many groups are encouraging people to begin putting them on the menu in hopes we humans can reduce the population. Organized lionfish hunts are becoming commonplace with prizes for the most fish taken. The problem with lionfish is that their defense is venomous spiky fin rays. Stings from lionfish are often very painful, and it's recommended you seek immediate medical attention after being stung by one. Symptoms can include extreme pain, nausea, vomiting, fever, breathing difficulties, convulsions, dizziness, and sweating. Rarely, their stings can cause temporary paralysis of the limbs, heart failure, and even death. So by all means, avoid lionfish stings. A big issue with spearing lionfish is what to do with them after you spear them. You have to protect yourself from stings, and if you're in a tournament where numbers count, you want something that's quick and easy. That's why we're sharing the secret of what we consider the ultimate lionfish game bag. Well, actually it's not a bag at all, but an ordinary garden variety 5-gallon bucket with an ingenious modification that makes it perfect for containing all the nasty little fellows you can spear with no stings. And even better, it's one of the fastest and most efficient ways we've found to get them off your spear so you can move on to the next one. So here's our step-by-step instructions to make one of your own quickly and inexpensively. Get going and do your part in protecting our reefs from these menaces. First, we made a stop at our local Home Depot and picked up Homer's all-purpose bucket. This bucket, complete with the lid, can be purchased for under $10. Any 5-gallon bucket will do, as long as the lid can be securely attached. But we happen to like this one because of its nice bright orange color. It should be easy to be seen underwater. Then we made our way out to the garage to select a variety of tools necessary to complete the project. First, we have a drill with a 1/4-inch drill bit for making the holes in the bucket. We have a square for keeping the angles right for our X, a Sharpie marker and a ruler to mark it securely and straight, and a couple of cutting instruments. A small variety of tools that is easily used to make this project complete within a few minutes. The next step in the project is to draw the lines to create an X in the top of the bucket. We start out with a ruler on the top and a Sharpie marker, drawing one line completely across the lid from one side to the other. Next, we use our square to make sure that we get the angle straight and a ruler to keep the line straight. The Sharpie marker is used one more time to draw the second line, giving us a completely perfect X in the top of the lid, ready to be cut. For the next steps in this project, we're going to move outdoors to keep the lady of the house happy. This involves drilling a series of holes in the top of the bucket to A, facilitate our cutting, and B, to keep the cut from continuing and splitting the lid completely in half. So we drill a hole at the end of each of our lines and one in the center. Next, I'm going to drill a series of holes in the bottom of the bucket and in various places around the sides. This will make it easier to sink the bucket once you get in the water, and also allow water to drain from the bucket as you're getting back in the boat. You won't need water in the bucket to keep the lionfish alive because remember, the goal here is to spear them. The next step is to use our cutting shears to completely cut each line, starting from the center hole and continuing to the end hole. You'll do this 4 times as you go around the bucket. This can be done with either a knife or a razor knife. I like the shears because it cuts a little straighter line. Done, and we're coming down to the end of the last cut, and we are complete. Now that we have our ultimate lionfish catch container complete, it's time to demonstrate its use. We didn't have a lot of lionfish around the house to use, so this stuffed fish was happy to volunteer. Once the fish is on the end of your spear, it's a simple process to get it into the bucket. Simply point the spear at the center of the X made by our cuts and push the fish through. Once the fish is safely in the bucket, just withdraw the spear, leaving the fish inside with no danger of you coming in contact with the venomous spines. Now that this fish is in the bucket and off your spear, it's time to move on to the next catch. Once you're back on the boat, just remove the lid and your lionfish catch is ready for you to win the tournament. So good luck and happy hunting.
For the thought that I've caught